sky at night, with reckless hearts and city lights, your laughter bleeding into mine, like every star was on our side. Your fingers traced across my skin, like we'd never know how this would end. Back when love was innocent, before the cracks came creeping in, we were brighter than the sunrise, warmer than July. Now I'm staring at the same sky, but it's losing all its light. Take me back to before the color left, before our picture turned to silhouettes, when your eyes still held my name and love didn't feel afraid. Now everything is black and white, echoes fading out of sight. Tell me where we lost ourselves before the color left. Your sweater's still around my chair, holding on to your perfume in the air. Every corner of this room still remembers me and you. We were dancing in the kitchen, no music, just the rhythm. Now the silence hits so loud, it's all I hear when you're not around. We were fire in the cold, a masterpiece in gold. Now I'm holding broken frames of a story never told. Take me back to before the color left, before our shadows slowly stretched, when forever felt so close, and I still had you to hold. Now the canvas of my life is washed in shades of goodbye. I'd give anything I had for before the color left. Maybe love fades slowly, like summer into fall. Maybe we didn't notice we were losing it all. If I could bleed the red back in, bring the blue into your eyes, I'd paint my heart wide open, just to bring us back to life. Now the world feels colder, every memory is gray. I keep replaying yesterday. Take me back to before the color left, before regret and what ifs filled my head, when your touch still felt like home, and I wasn't here alone. Now I'm living in the past, trying to make the feeling last, but all that's left is what we had before the color left. We were a masterpiece once, now we're just a frame, and I'm still saying your name in a world without color. There's a calendar still on the wall, stuck on the month you said you'd call. Your sweater hanging by the door, like you're just late, nothing more. I keep your name inside my phone, but it don't feel like home anymore. We used to talk about forever, now forever feels unsure. We signed our hearts in permanent ink, but time had other plans. Somewhere between always and I think we slipped right through our hands. Now all our promises have expired like roses in a burning fire. What we swore would never change faded slow, then rearranged. I still taste your last goodbye, bittersweet like unsent replies. Tell me, when did love retire? When did our promises expire? Your picture's face down on the shelf. I can't bring myself to ask for help. The silence louder than a scream, echoing what we used to be. We were young and bulletproof, building castles out of truth. But truth can crack beneath the weight of words we said too late. We circled dates in red and gold like love was guaranteed. But hearts don't come with warranties or refunds when they bleed. Now all our promises have expired like candles drowning in their own fire. Every vow we swore to keep is buried underneath. I still hear you in the night, whispering that we'd be alright. Tell me, when did hope grow tired? When did our promises expire? Maybe love has a shelf life. Maybe we just missed the sign. Maybe we were holding on to something past its time. If I could rewind the clock before the cracks began, I'd hold you like I used to before we slipped through sand. Now I'm left with empty frames and a heart that says your name. Even though you're gone, all our promises have expired, ashes falling from the fire. Every always that we made turned to smoke and drifted away. I'm still standing in the rain, trying to wash away the pain, but love don't run higher when promises expire. So I'll fold up all our dreams, put them back where they belong, in a box of broken things I held on to too long. There's a quiet in this room tonight. Your shadow's gone, but it still feels alive. Coffee cups on your side of the bed, lipstick ghost on a cigarette. I trace the cracks along the wall, like counting every time we'd fall. We used to burn like summer sun. Now I'm standing in the smoke of what we've done. We were gold in the daylight, silver in the rain. Now we're just two strangers holding different kinds of pain. We're hanging by the frayed edges of us, threads pulled loose from too much trust. Every word we didn't say slowly tore our love away. Now I'm staring at the dust of what we swore would never rust. Tell me how we turned to rust on the frayed edges. perfume lingers in the air, like you're almost standing there. I still reach across at night, but only find the cold side. We had dreams in open hands, built our future in the sand, and every promise that we made was just a wave that couldn't stay. We were fire in December, hearts too young to see that love can fade to embers if you don't protect the heat. We're hanging by the frayed edges of us, threads pull loose from too much trust. Every tear we tried to hide built a river deep and wide. Now I'm drowning in the dust of what we swore would never rust. Tell me how we turned to rust on the frayed edges of us. Maybe I held on too tight, maybe you were letting go. Maybe love's not always enough when the silence grows. If I could stitch the night back together, sew your heart back into mine, I'd bleed through every needle just to turn back time. Soft break down the open, and I feel it in my chest. Every memory is broken, and I can't put it to rest. We're falling off the frayed edges of us, no more fighting for the because. All the forevers that we planned slip like water through my hands. Now I'm praying to the dust of a love that turned to rust. Guess we find the lust, the frayed edges of us. If love is just a thread, then ours has come undone. I'm holding what is left of who we were before we were known. Found it in the drawer tonight, buried under dust and time. A silver chain of faded shine, still shaped like you and I. My hands were shaking, holding it, like it might still breathe your name. Funny how a little thing can set a soul in flames. We said forever like it wouldn't end, like love was stronger than the wind. Now all that's left is what we were, locked inside this hurt. There's rust on the locket where our picture used to be, the colors slowly fading, just like you and me. I keep turning back the clock, but it don't turn for free. Now it's just cold metal and memories. There's rust on the locket, and there's rust on me. I still remember summer rain running wild down your face. We were dancing in the dark like heartbreak had no place. You used to say I'm your safe place, your shelter from the storm. Now I'm just a house with broken doors and echoes in the halls. We swore we'd fight through anything, through every scar that love could bring. But promises can disappear when silence gets too near. There's rust on the locket where our picture used to be. The colors slowly fading, just like you and me. I keep turning back the clock, but it don't turn for free. Now it's just cold metal and memories. There's rust on the locket, and there's rust on me. Did you ever look for me in someone else's arms? Did you ever feel the ghost of everything we were? I tried to wash the pain away, but time just made it clear. Love don't die in one goodbye, it lingers in the years. Soft breakdown and I still wear the chain sometimes, like it might bring you home, but it only pulls me deeper into what I've lost. There's rust on the locket, but your face is in my mind. 1,000 little fragments I can't leave behind. If love was made of silver, why did ours unwind? Now I'm holding on to pieces of a life that isn't mine. There's rust on the locket, and I'm running out of This forever wasn't golden, it was breaking all along. Now this chain is all that's left of where my heart belongs. Rust on the locket, and your name still feels like home. You still sleep on your side of the bed, like you might walk back in. Your phone lights up and I see the look you're trying to hide again. You say you're fine, just tired, but I know that kind of blue. I've been kissing lips that tremble from a love that wasn't mine to lose. I hold you when you break at night, but I'm just filling space. Every time you say my name, it sounds like here's in a different place. I'm loving you through secondhand grief, wearing the weight of what he couldn't keep. You're crying for him while you're lying with me. I'm fighting a ghost I can't even see. You don't mean to hurt me, but hurt is all you give. I'm trying to breathe in a love that doesn't live. I'm holding your heart while it's out of reach. Yeah, I'm drowning in secondhand grief. Trace the scar across your chest where he left his goodbye. You swear that I'm the better man, but your tears still pick his side. I'm learning how to love you in the shadow of his name. You're reaching for tomorrow, but yesterday's still calling you back again. You say, baby, just be patient, please, like healing has a day. But how long do I stand here while you hesitate? I'm loving you through secondhand grief, wearing the weight of what you couldn't keep. You're crying for him while you're lying with me. I'm fighting a ghost I can't even see. You don't mean to hurt me, but hurt is all you give. I'm trying to breathe in a love that doesn't live. I'm holding your heart while it's out of reach. Yeah, I'm drowning in secondhand grief. I don't wanna be the place you go to hide. I wanna be the reason. You don't have to cry, but I can't compete with memories when he's still living in between. Am I healing you, or just replacing him? I'm loving you through secondhand grief, giving you all of what's left of me. But I'm losing myself trying to set you free from a love that's still on repeat. If you ever let him go, maybe you'll see I was more than the arms that you used to breathe. But until then, I guess this is what I'll be, just a man in your secondhand grief. When you finally move on, I hope it's with me, not just another chapter in your history. Another page falls to the floor, like it's proof I'm healing more. January to July, but I still see you in July. They say time's supposed to mend every crack and crooked end, but every date I cross in red still circles back to what you said. It won't always hurt this way, that's what everybody says. But every sunrise feels the same, just different numbers on the page. The calendar's a liar, it swears I should be fine. Says it's been a year already since you stopped being mine. But these hands still remember every touch, every fire. If time is really healing, why am I still tired? The calendar's a lie. Your birthday came and went, I tried not to call again. I stared at midnight on the screen, like maybe you'd think of me. I moved the photos off the wall, packed the sweaters in the fall. But autumn feels like summer still, 'cause I can't feel the chill. They say I love somebody new, like love's a train I'll catch. But every station I walk through still echoes from the past. The calendar's a liar, 'cause every almost over you still finds you there. I cross off days like victories, but losing you still wins. The calendar's a liar. It says I've had enough of sleepless nights and broken prayers and trying to be tough. But if time really fixes all the damage done, why do I still feel you like you just left yesterday? Not one. The calendar's a lie, 'cause my heart's still where you were. Another page falls quietly and nothing disappears. I guess you don't stop loving someone just because it's been a year. We were flickering in the dark, two silhouettes, one fragile spark. Your hand found mine in the back row, like we had nowhere else to go. We made a world inside that screen, where you were mine and I was clean. No past, no cracks, no scenes undone, just us before the damage done. But every story has a frame, and every frame begins to fade. I heard the projector slowing down before you ever made a sound. And now it's the end of the reel. The light goes out, the hurt gets real. All our scenes are torn apart, scattered clips inside my heart. The credits roll, no encore feel, no rewrite, no big reveal. Guess this is how it's meant to feel at the end of the reel. Your laughter echoes through the hall like ghosted lines against the wall. Popcorn dreams and midnight drives, we thought our love would out-survive. But every promise had a scratch, a subtle tear we couldn't patch. The picture-perfect start we had was spliced with pieces turning sad. I tried to freeze the final frame to keep you just the same, but time kept moving forward while I stayed inside your name. Now it's the end of the reel. The soundtrack's quiet, nothing feels. The close-up of your goodbyes still playing on rewind. The curtains close, the theater seals. I'm left with dark and silent, and there's nothing left to feel. Just me sitting in the dark at the end of the reel. It's the end of the reel. No more pretending it's not real. All the lines we used to say fade to gray and drift away. No sequel, no appeal, just the love that couldn't heal. Guess some stories only steal at the end of the reel. The lights come on, but I don't move, still holding on to me and you. There's a crack in the mirror tonight. Looks like the fault lines in a fight. I run my fingers through the dust, like I'm still trying to fix us. Your voice is buried in my head, and things we meant but never said. I scroll through texts I can't erase, still memorizing every space. We drew a map of you and me in permanent ink, or so it seemed. But love don't stay inside the lines when hearts start drifting out of time. Now I'm tracing over all the lines, trying to read between goodbye. Every forever we underline, fading right before my eyes. I'm rewriting what we were, like it might bring you back to life. But all I'm doing at midnight is tracing over old lines. Oh, there's a jacket by the door. I swear I've moved it once before, but something in me leaves it there, like you might walk in unaware. We were poetry and pen, now we're just crossed out again. A masterpiece with half the page torn out in silent rage. I keep retracing every step, looking for the moment we slipped. Somewhere between I love you and I can't do this. Now I'm tracing over old lines, running circles through my mind. All the promises we signed, smudged by tears we tried to hide. If I press hard enough tonight, maybe ink will realign. But all I find are old lines. Maybe we were written wrong, maybe we were right too soon. Maybe love's just fragile ink that fades beneath the moon. If I could redraw your heart, sketch it closer into mine, I'd shade in every empty part, erase the space between love. But the paper's thin and worn, and my hands are shaking now. I can't keep pretending we didn't I'm still tracing over old lines, searching for a different sign, for a version of goodbye that doesn't cut this deep inside. But no matter how I try, no matter how I rewind, we're just a story left behind in old lines. So I'll fold up what remains of the ink and all the pain, and let the silence underline the truth between the lines. Sitting on the hood of my car, sky bleeding red in the dark. You say it's beautiful tonight, like we're not falling apart. Your hand is warm inside of mine, but your eyes are miles away. There's a goodbye behind your smile you just don't wanna say. We both know what's coming next, but neither one of us moves. We're pretending time is merciful, like it's got something left to lose. I'm waiting for the sunset to stay, like if the light don't fade, you won't walk away. I'm praying the colors in the sky, like they can freeze this goodbye just a little longer before it all turns gray. I'm holding on to gold that's slipping through my hands. If the night never comes, maybe we still stand. So I'm waiting for the sunset to stay. Your head falls on my shoulder like it used to every time, but this feels like a memory before it's even gone. You trace circles on my skin like you're trying to memorize every scar and every place you once called home at night. Feel you slowly letting go, even while you're close. It's hard to fight a silent war when love surrenders slow. I'm waiting for the sunset to stay, like if the light don't fade, you won't walk away. I'm begging the sky not to move, like it's got something to prove that we're not over, that this ain't our last day. But shadows stretch too long, and there's nothing left to say. Still I'm waiting for the sunset to stay. If I could hold the horizon, I'd keep it right here. Paint the sky and forever make this moment disappear. And there's something that don't end, and there's something that don't break. But even heaven loses color when it's too late. The sun dips low, and so do we. I was waiting for the sunset to stay, but the light slipped away, and you same, a quiet kind of ache. I still look west sometimes, like maybe one day the sunset will stay. You say you need a little space, but you still call me late. You say you're trying to find yourself, but I'm the one who waits. You kiss me like you mean it, then pull away halfway. Every time I ask you, you just look at me and say, maybe we just need some time. Maybe it'll feel right soon. But I'm hanging on a word that's got no truth. I'm worn down by maybe, by the in-between, by the almost love that never leans on me. I'm tired of the what if, the we'll see, the almost, nearly, possibly. You say don't walk away, but you won't stay. And I can't keep living in this grave. I need a yes or no, baby. I'm worn down by maybe. Your toothbrush still in my place, but your heart's not here. You hold my hand in public, but disappear when it's clear. You say I'm everything, then treat me like I'm spare. I'm standing in the doorway of a love that isn't there. You say you're scared to lose me, but you won't choose me too. How long can I be patient when I'm breaking over you? I'm worn down by maybe, by the in-between, by the almost love that never leans on me. I'm tired of the someday, the we'll try, the don't leave, but not right now. You say don't give up, but you won't fight. And I can't keep losing every night. I need a yes or no, baby. I'm worn down by maybe. If you don't see it forever, just say it to my face. Don't keep me in your bed. If I don't have a place, I'd rather break completely than slowly come undone. I can't keep loving someone who hasn't really chosen. I'm not afraid of goodbye, I'm afraid of this. I'm worn down by maybe, by the back and forth, by loving you while you're unsure if I'm the one you want. I can't keep holding hope like it's enough when hope don't hold me back when it gets tough. So if you love me, say what's killing me.